Hello, dear students. Today's lesson is Grammar 9A. We have three objectives. Number one, distinguish between the uses of bare and full infinitives after reading 5 examples. Number two, infer the use of ing form with the help of given examples. And number three, apply the knowledge of infinitives and ing form to complete a text. Please read the words given below and classify them into 3 different categories. We have to tell, washing, to play, go, let, visiting, tell, to buy, and going. Pause the video and try to classify them. Okay, as you can see, the first group of words are called full infinitives. We have to plus base form of the verb. We have to tell, to play, to buy. The second group of words are called bare infinitives. We have tell, let, and go. And the last one is the ing form words, or we call them the gerund. And here we have visiting, washing, and going. Please, dear students, open the student book on page 112 and let's start with exercise A. Find examples of full and bare infinitives in the extracts. Pause the video and try to find some of them in the following. Alright, so as you can see, we have 6 examples and even more of full infinitives. We have to believe, to think, to avoid another time, to eat, and to open. We have also bare infinitives: gain, measure, and come. Okay, after we have found examples of full and bare infinitives in the text, we are going to read the examples below and match them with the uses of the full and bare infinitives. So we have 5 sentences here, and on the right we have the uses of the full infinitive and the bare infinitive. So please pause the video and try to match them. Okay, let's start with number 1. I have learned to think carefully before making a decision. Here we have the verb learn. So after learn, I have to put to plus verb, which means a full infinitive. So this is the use be. After certain verbs like want, would like, hope, decide, learn, etc., I put a full infinitive. Okay, the second one. You should install this program. So here we have should, which is a modal verb. And after the modal verb, I have to put a bare infinitive. So this is the use F. Okay. So let's go back. You should install this program to stop receiving spam email. So here we have the question. Why should you install this program? Okay, so here we are using to plus verb, the full infinitive, because of a purpose. So that's the use A. Number 3, it's stressful to make a decision when there isn't much time. Here we have it's stressful. So that's the use D. After it plus be plus adjective. It's stressful, it's nice, it's beautiful, plus to plus verb. Number 4, advertisements make us buy things we don't really need. Okay, here we have make. So after verbs make and let, I put a bare infinitive. Very good. So that's the use G. The last one, I'm too tired to discuss how to solve the problem right now. So here, which use have you chosen? Okay, because we have too tired, too plus adjective, I have chosen the use C for the full infinitive after too plus adjective or adjective plus enough and enough plus noun. The final one, I'm too tired to discuss how to solve the problem right now. So how, which is a WH word, after how I put a full infinitive, to plus verb. So that's the use E after question words who, what, how, etc. Dear students, please have a look at the grammar reference on page 142 for the uses of the full infinitive. And here we have the 7 uses of the full infinitive. Have a look at them and look at the examples also. And also the uses of the bare infinitive. And here we have 3 different uses. Don't forget to read the red box. Now let's practice, dear students. We have 2 sentences and we are going to choose one option from the 4 options A, B, C, and D. Please pause the video and we will be back. Alright, so for number 1, we have must. So which option have you chosen? A full infinitive or a bare infinitive? Very good. So we have to choose a bare infinitive because must is a modal verb. So we say you must obey your teacher and your parents. Now number 2, which one have you chosen? Okay, very good. My brother was lucky. Why was my brother lucky? Very good. To get a new job at the age of 30. So when you have reason, I put to plus verb. Okay, dear students, now it's time for activity B on page 114. Let's find examples of ing form in the extract below. So please pause the video and try to find 2 examples. Okay, so here we have holding, and holding it's repeated twice. Now, let's start with reading the examples below and matching them with the uses of the ing form. We have 4 examples and 4 uses. So pause the video please and try to do the exercise. Okay, let's start with number 1. How about helping me choose which shoes to buy? So here we have the use C. After certain expressions, what about, it's no use, it's worth, I put the verb plus ing. Why? Because here we have how about. Okay, number 2. Thank you for taking me to the airport. Which use have you chosen? Excellent. The use D after prepositions, for example, for, of, in. And here we have for. Number 3, making important decisions is part of the job. Which one have you chosen? Very good. That's the use A. As a subject, I put the ing form. So making here is a gerund as a subject. The last one, does Steve enjoy living by himself? So that's the last use, which is B. After certain verbs like consider, finish, avoid, imagine, etc., I put a verb plus ing. Very good. Please go back to the grammar reference and read about the uses of the ing form on page 142 and 143. We have 5 uses. Pause the video, read them, and follow the examples. Now please pause the video and let's practice. You have two sentences and you are going to choose the right option. Okay, let's start with number 1. The doctor advised me to avoid computer more than 3 hours a day. So after avoid, what do you use? Very good. After avoid, I put verb plus ing, using. In number 2, I enjoy in Spain, but I do miss going out with my friends. So after the verb enjoy, which word are you going to choose? Very good. So after enjoy also, I put a verb plus ing. So here we have living. Now, on the student book on page 114, we have the activity C. Read the examples and decide what they mean. Choose A or B. We have two sentences and two meanings. Number 1, I should remember or not forget to turn off the computer before I leave. Number 2, I always remember or never forget choosing my first car. And here we have remember or not forget something that has already happened, or remember or not forget something that you are supposed to do. So for the first sentence, that's the use be, something that you are supposed to do. And for the second one, we have the option A, is something that has already happened. So in number 1, we have used to plus verb. In number 2, we have used the ing form of the verb. All right, let's read about it on the grammar reference on page 143. So the verbs remember and forget are followed either by a full infinitive or an ing form, but with a different meaning. Alright, so remember and forget, we can use them with full infinitive or ing form. Let's talk about the first meaning. We use remember or forget plus ing when we refer to something that has already happened. For example, I remember returning the book, or I will never forget meeting them. Okay, now the second meaning, we use remember or forget plus full infinitive when we remember or forget something before doing it. For example, I remember to go to the supermarket, or don't forget to lock the door. Now, dear students, let's finish with the following useful exercise, activity D, on the page 114. Please pause the video and try to choose the correct form of the verb, bare infinitive or full infinitive or the ing form. All right, let's start. I wish I could back in time. We have the verb go. So we have could, which is a modal verb. I have to put a bare infinitive. And change a decision I made. It was the night before my big job interview and I was out with friends. We decided, we have the verb go. After decide, I put to plus verb, a full infinitive, to a new restaurant. Instead of, we have the verb have. After instead of, the preposition of, I have to put verb plus ing. Instead of having a light meal as my friends advised me, I ordered too much. As a result, I was up all night with a terrible stomach ache. I wasn't sure what, after what, the WH word, I have to put a full infinitive, to do. I wasn't sure what to do the next morning. I considered the verb cancel. After the verb consider, I have to put the ing form. So I considered canceling the interview, but I was worried it would, the verb look. So after the modal verb would, I have to put a bare infinitive. Look bad. That was another bad decision I made. So what should we put here? We have the verb go to an interview and trying. So as a subject, I have to put go, yes, in the ing form. Very good. So going to an interview and trying, after the verb try, I put the verb with to. Trying to make a good impression, a full infinitive, while feeling terrible isn't a good idea. I was too ill. After the expression to plus adjective, I have to put very good, to plus verb to finish. I was too ill to finish the interview, so I made up an excuse and left early. I had made a fool of myself. Very good.